awesome. Welcome to Nursery, welcome to Jarvis. Also, welcome to DevNuts. I will explain what we are. And the two kind of stories that I'm going to tell you really quick here today are about Nursery, which you've just heard a little bit about, and also about Jarvis and kind of the company ecosystem culture that we're trying to create here, and that just as something to kind of think about as you go off into each one of your endeavors. Like Sarita mentioned, Nursery is a community that over the past 5 or so years has kind of naturally appeared and taken residence up. It's about 10 blocks from up here at Girard. So this is North 3rd Street, right? 3rd Street, that's not where we are. And about 5 years ago, our founders, Chris Alfana, who's over here, and John Fazio, who founded Jarvis, Nursery was kind of just an unofficial nickname that we started calling the community. And there were lots of tech companies that were coming up and created digital agencies, and in addition to a lot of art galleries. First Friday, thing here in Philly, had all the art galleries open up their space to everybody on Fridays who come in, plus everything that has to do with the historical area in the city. So there was a lot of cool stuff going on, in addition to a lot of new tech going on. And this Nursery, official nickname, kind of used to rose. And then within the past year, we just sort of kind of gathered resources, got the city involved, got the 2 districts involved, and everybody's really supportive of this new kind of influx of companies and tech talent. And we worked with the city to make Nursery an official thing. They're passing a resolution, making it official, and if you go to 3rd and Spring Garden or 3rd and Market, there are street signs that say Nursery. And there's an official city resolution passed by the city of Philadelphia, naming Gary Nursery and calling Ben Franklin the city's first nerd, and it's definitely cool and it's definitely exciting, and it shows that there's lots of the cities behind us and the districts are behind us. But it's really just the start. We have lots of big plans. So we're working with Comcast to make a lot of digital tools to bring the neighborhood together. We're working with districts to make physical improvements to the actual streets and make it more Nursery branded and do some cool things, creating technological infrastructure, attracting new businesses to the area, lots of cool stuff. And so the loop tie into the Jarvis side of this is sort of what Jarvis is and the ecosystem that we're trying to create here. Jarvis is a custom software development. We do custom web software and mobile software for enterprise, education, municipalities who work with the city often. And what we're kind of doing here, Jarvis services is about 80% of what we do, and that's what keeps the lights on and pays the bills. But it allows us to take on these other endeavors, like Nursery, like DevNuts, which is where you are today. So Jarvis is actually right on the other side of this wall, which as you walk out, you can peek in next door and see it down there. And DevNuts, this is our community space where we have community events. Last night we had a Code for Philly weekly workshop, which is basically a civic hacking workshop that we host every week. We have gamer events where we hang over the line with screens, and we have gamer tournaments that we live stream all the time. And so it's kind of this idea that Jarvis pays the bills, allows us to pursue other endeavors of ours, help the community, do what we're passionate about. And one of the passions is our in-house product entrepreneurial ventures. And the main one of those is Slate, which now I'm going to bring Christian up to talk about. But yeah, so thank you all very much for coming. Oh, and so the point is, how when you're starting your own companies or when you're looking for companies to work for, it's really like important to think not just what you're doing 9 to 5, but on your impact on the community, right? How you can make more of that. That's kind of what we think about a lot here. Yeah. So now, Christian, talk about Slate.
So my background is as an education entrepreneur. I joined the Jarvis team about a year and a half ago to be able to achieve some really amazing things underneath the model that Danny just described. Slate is the product that I'm driving forward with the company. Basically what it is an integration platform for schools. So historically, education tech in schools is antiquated, expensive, slow, and really actually a hindrance to learning as opposed to supporting it, which is really what tech should be doing for education, among many other things. What Slate helps schools do is tie everything together, much more simplified interface. You get a single login point that you can drop into all of your tools. We're talking your Gmail, your gradebooks, your attendance trackers, all these systems that never historically talk to each other. And then from that open source platform, we can start building additional tools to help schools do what they want. The economics of it are really cool because of the way open source works. Schools are actually co-investing in the platform as opposed to renting and licensing software separately. So our goal eventually is to dramatically reduce the cost of technology for schools while providing an open source platform that all schools can use. We're currently in 9 schools. Most of them are here in Philly. There's, you may have heard a lot of the things going on in the Philadelphia School District, and despite a really perilous situation, there actually are really, really strong pockets of innovation happening with a number of brand new schools launching under brand new models of evaluation. We're building some of those tools. We're really excited about it. There's lots of schools that are starting to jump on board, knowing that technology needs to be a critical part of the way we redefine schooling. And we're hoping to do that a little bit here at Jarvis and Slate. And we're continuing to grow. So it's kind of just a good example of one of the things that Jarvis's ethics has allowed us to continue to push forward because of the role that it's played both as a consultant and in the community to bring the space. That's all I'll say. If you have more questions, I'd love to talk more about it. But I guess your next step, as you're going to be kind of moving on, you can feel free to stop by at Jarvis next door, literally like 3 inches or outside this door to the left. Just go ahead and walk through. That's the dev shop. This is the community space, so you kind of see a little bit of how that works together. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. And good luck with the rest.
Some of you guys know I'm like a ninja. So I just kind of want to get some quick reactions. How are you all feeling about the under 30-something thus far?
Love it.
Love it. So what we wanted to kind of do is just give some time. If you all wanted to network with them, if you have any questions right now, we would definitely love to take them, especially as it relates to technology, whether it's with your business, if you kind of want their insight. This is definitely the time to do so. Maybe for consulting, because they do have a consulting aspect to the company. So, I mean, does anyone have any questions or any kind of technical insight that you might like to have? No? Yeah. Okay, Danny? I don't know. I'm not a technical. I don't know.
My question's less about the time.
Oh, okay, thanks.
How are you guys dealing with what's going on in Philadelphia School District with all the cuts that are making, with all the contracts? How are you guys even going about, making those commitments in that type of, hostile atmosphere?
Awesome, very good, very good.
It's true though, the economics of
No, it's a great question, and it doesn't have always a clear answer. But our belief is it's really important for us to work to improve our schools, and we're willing to commit to do that. Even if
are they investing time?
yeah, they are. So these are schools. I mean, some of the innovative schools that are being launched have some additional foundation support because it's really just necessary when you're such an early stage of the school when you're growing to get you off the ground. So that has helped a little bit. So we've had some local foundations and other support that way. But these schools are investing in it. They know that the technical infrastructure of their innovative models require them to make those investments, and they've been willing to do it. So, despite all the macro pressures, I think on a micro level, these schools are making really, really strong decisions.
What's the level of investment? Is that order like $1,000, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands?
Yeah. No. So it's only the custom development that they're doing to build a custom system is on the magnitude of tens of thousands. Using our software does not necessarily require that, but if a school needs additional customization or wants to build a brand new tool that doesn't yet exist, then we can operate similarly like we do with Jarvis at a reduced margin as a consultant to build that.
And what's the business model for schools?
So the business model for Slate specifically is using a traditional open source model. The schools will pay for hosting and customization, but not actually licensing of the software.
Where do you host it? Cloud?
Yeah, so we do cloud hosting. We also run our own servers. So if they want to do it on ours, that's fine. But we can work with DigitalOcean, AWS, whatever you want.
What's the scale
Get as many schools as possible. Yeah, we're going to be up. No, so the the network effects really benefit us when more and more schools are contributing and investing in the platform to make more tools available for all the other schools. So our scale-up plan is within the next 6 to 10 months, we'll be releasing a product that will allow schools to go in and spin up an instance themselves, upload their users, and manage it themselves rather than having to go through us and kind of do the hand implementation, which is the phase we're at right now.
And that's one of the really interesting stories that's kind of coming out of this environment, the fully school environment that we're working in, where it does have kind of bad reputation, but we're able to make a significant impact. There's some really amazing stories that are coming out of it with some of these progressive community-based schools, competency-based learning schools that we're developing tools for. There's some really positive things happening, and we don't think that anything.
So what about companies that are already Comcast, someone else like that? What's public schools?
So the biggest thing is that our platform integrates with all the rest. So our goal is to give the schools choice. So they don't have to use our tools. We want to give them the control to say, I want this tool, I don't want that tool, I want to get rid of this one, I want to test out this one. And most other ed tech plays have relied upon kind of a walled garden strategy, where as long as you live within their ecosystem, great, they'll take all your money, or as much as you want to spend of it. But as soon as you want to jump outside of that and try a new tool, it's really hard to integrate. Our goal is to break down those walls so that they can use whatever tools they want.
Maybe one more question. So on the line, how's your product helping the student?
The most immediate thing, first, there's a lot of tools that are part of our product that they're using on a daily basis in class to keep track of work, to publish their work, and show off the work that they've done. But over time, what they're doing is, with the unified platform, they can have better visibility into their learning products. So different schools define that in different ways, but once you are linking all of these tools together, they can have a clear sense of, here's where I am today, here's where I'm going, here's my progress towards that goal.
Schools are notoriously hard institutions to reach and sell to. So once you are ready to expand the development, how do you kind of do that?
It's a great question. And it needs to be a pretty organic process. There's a few different, every school has slightly different processes in the way that they're structured and their technical talent on staff too, and they're interested in moving that forward. So what you need to find is the people in the schools that do have that knowledge and experience, or the people that are already working with the schools. So there's a lot of ed tech vendors, companies that are going in and consulting for schools to do their own implementations, and then consultants who specialize in that as well. So we imagine that those will be really key partners as we move forward, and that they're already struggling with the same issue. They're the ones trying to help them navigate the myriad systems that they're trying to tie together.
Any other questions? All right, so you guys all know, of course, this is 2014, we're all social media, so where can they find you guys? How can they get in touch?
Sure. So our websites are Jarvis, JARV.us, and Slate.is. Those are the two companies. Social media.
Nursery is n3rd.sp. You can find us there. You can also share there's Twitter handles for all of them.
All right, so that is a close. Yeah, thank you all.